Hello Legacy students, Marsh here. Similar right triangles is the name of the game today. Basically, when we have three triangles in one single picture. What you're going to want to have on you, pen or a pencil. You're going to want to have three colored different markers or three different colored pencils, calculator, and then you're also going to want the notes that have these problems on there so that way you don't have to draw them all the time. First thing we need to talk about, the parts of a right triangle. What are they? So the very first thing, we do have a right angle in the corner here. There are three different kinds of parts. Well, you have two legs. Now, each leg, you have one that's called a short leg, and then you also have the long leg. Something to keep in mind. One's shorter than the other, and then the guy right here, he is the hypotenuse. Those should be not brand new because you probably have heard those before when you have used the Pythagorean theorem in your 8th grade class and 7th grade. So, what are we talking about today? A theorem on similar right triangles. The altitude to the hypotenuse of a right triangle. Probably like, Marsh, what's the hypotenuse? Or what's the altitude? Altitude. That's if I drop it from the right angle down to the hypotenuse. So basically a line that basically makes a 90-degree angle on the hypotenuse. That's ultimately what they're saying. What it does is it divides the triangle into two triangles that are similar to each other and the original triangle. Ultimately, guys, this allows us to solve multiple different kinds of problems. So, here's a problem we have. We're going to find the value of x. So we have a couple of things. One thing we're going to do on every single one of these problems today is we are going to break them down and draw each triangle off to the side. So the first one I'm going to pick out is the small triangle right here that I highlighted in red. We're going to move him off to the side here. And then let's go ahead and label what we know. So notice, guys, we did know the bottom half was 7, so we can put a 7 there. We don't know the length of this, and we don't know the length of our hypotenuse. Now, medium-sized triangle. I just outlined him in blue. What we're going to do is we're going to move him off to the side, and then I'm also going to rotate him as well. So that way he is facing the same way as the small triangle. Now, notice, guys, since we rotated him, if I can unrotate him here, this side was 17, the longer side, this guy right here. So if I rotated him, that means that this side has to be 17. Our hypotenuse, because it's across from the right angle, is x. I still don't know what would be considered the smaller leg of the medium triangle. Notice how that was the larger leg on the small triangle. Then I got my large triangle here. So let's go ahead and draw him off to the side here as well. See if my triangle skills are on point today. They are on point. Now, let's go ahead and figure this out. So this would be a right angle there. So this would be the right angle here. Looks like my hypotenuse is this entire side. So 7 and 17 together, which would be 24. So my hypotenuse is 24. This looks like it was the bottom part of that triangle. My smaller side, so my taller side has to be x. I think I've labeled everything I got. Now, looking over here, is there anything we can put together to solve for x? Well, this triangle is not going to help us much, right? Because the other two triangles do not have that. So the small triangle is not going to help us. So we're going to have to use the medium and the large, because notice they have the hypotenuse and long leg and a hypotenuse and long leg. So let's set that up. Let's go medium over medium this time. So I'm going to go x over 17. And we're going to do the same thing over here. 24 over x. Looks like I got to cross multiply. So x times x, that is x squared. And then 17 times 24 is 408. Pretty big number there. Solve for x squared. We're going to square root both sides. So x can equal if we would get our decimal approximation, it would be 20.2. The other thing as well, if you would break down your square roots, simplify it like you guys have done before, we would, I noticed a perfect square that can divide into 408 is 4, and then 4 times 102 is 408. 102 does not have another perfect square in it, so x could also equal 2 square roots of 102 as well. So just look for that, see if that happens. That could also be a number as well. Let's try the second problem here. So I need to draw out my triangles first. So this is my small triangle right here. Right there. So my small triangle, I'm going to draw him off to the side here. Here's my right angle. So it looks like, since that's my right angle there, this would be 6 and this would be x. I don't have anything on the long side. Let's go ahead and change color. I'm going to go to purple. I'm going to color in here my medium triangle. Okay, I got right angle there. So it looks like I would have to rotate it to the left 90 degrees. So it looks like my longer leg would be 14. Notice, guys, though, I don't have anything on my short side, nor my hypotenuse, so we can't do anything about that. Now let's go orange. My big guy, my large triangle, is the triangle that actually is seen. So if I draw him out here, whoop, that one's a little bit wonky. That's okay. This would be my short side, because notice, guys, if I would have to kind of reflect it and then kind of turn it a little bit, my short side would have to be x. My long side would be this side, which we don't have. But my hypotenuse is 6 and 14 made together, which would be 20. Right? Now, I have split all of my triangles off from one another. Let's see if we can figure this out. Notice the medium triangle is not going to help us. Neither of these have anything for 14, or for that long leg. So medium's not going to really help. Let's go ahead and set up our small triangle to our large triangle, because they kind of have the same. They have numbers and x in corresponding sides. So I got x over, let's go 6, equals 20 over x. So I got x times x, that's x squared. 6 times 20 is 120. Need to get x, just x, so I got a square root to get the squared and the square root to cancel. So x can either equal 10.95 if I round to 2 decimal places. That would be me doing that. Getting a perfect square, however, to simplify this one, that would be 4 and 30, because 4 is the biggest perfect square, which would be 2. So another way to write this, x would equal 2 square roots of 30 as well. That would be another answer for that one. Let's look at number 3. Again, we're going to draw our 3 triangles out. So my small triangle, I'm going to highlight him in orange since that's the color I'm currently drawing in. So I got my small triangle right here. I recommend you guys using these 3 different colors to draw your triangles as well. Got that guy. So 8 and then x, right? 8 and then x. Let's go ahead and change color. We're going to do our medium triangle here. This guy right there. Okay, draw him out. Right angle down there. Notice, guys, he would basically have to be turned to the left 90 degrees. So this would be my short leg, this would be my long leg. So x and then 15. Let's go ahead and do our large triangle as well. Didn't change color there. Let's go blue. So large triangle is the full guy, so my hypotenuse is right here. This is the hypotenuse. So that'd be 8 and 15 together, which is 23 added together. And then Nothing on the short side, nothing on the long side. So it looks like I have drawn out my triangles. Notice, guys, the small and the medium are the ones that have the corresponding pieces. So we're going to use those guys for our setup. So we got x over 8 equals 15 over x, because I went long to short, long to short. Cross multiply, I've got x squared equals 8 times 15, which is 120. So we know that if I square root both sides, I'll get x equals, again, 10.95 for the decimal. Or if I can break that down with 4 and 30, we will get 2 square root of 30 for my simplified radical. Number 4. Now notice, guys, we're going to have 2 different variables to solve for, so we are going to have to do some finagling. Small triangle, this guy right here. Let's go ahead and draw him off to the side. I got a small triangle right there. 90 degree. So it looks like A is my short side, B is the hypotenuse. So A and B. Let's go ahead and change color again. Let's go red. Got my medium triangle right here. Now notice, guys, this is not a right angle over here, so the right angle's got to be over here. Which means my short side is 10, long side's 24, and across from my right angle is my hypotenuse of 26. Nearly there. Let's go ahead and write out now our big triangle guy right here. So it looks like if I set up the same way I've been trying to set up, hypotenuse. Notice, guys, the hypotenuse is this entire side right here. So 24 and A together. So that would be 24 plus A for my hypotenuse. My short side right here is B. My long side, the top, is 26. Now, let's go ahead and figure out some setups. It looks like I noticed that I can set up 26 and 24, and then 24 plus A and 26 together. That looks like it's a good match for A, because I don't want to put B in there due to the fact of then I'll have 2 variables, different variables to solve for. So I'm going to go 24 over 26. Sorry, guys, my pen looks like he's doing something weird there. And then, since I went that to that, I'll go 26 over 24 plus A. Now notice, guys, not every single one of these problems are going to have a square root in them. That could happen. Just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and cross multiply. So I got 24 times 24 plus A equals 26 times 26, which is 676. Now let's go ahead and distribute that 24 in, so I will get 576, that's 24 times 24, plus 24A, that's still equal to 676. Whew, okay, looks like we need to subtract 576. Marsh is going to move up here. So we got 24A equals 100. Divide by 24, we should be able to get A. A is 4.2, rounded to a decimal. Or it would be 25 over 6 as well. Would be a fraction version of it. Let's go ahead now and find B. So I think we're going to use the same setup. What do we got here? Oh, hold on. I never marked in the 10. We knew the 10 of this guy. We knew this was 10. Oopsies. Missed him. That should be 10 right there, guys. My bad. So, it looks like we should be able to set up... Oh, which means that's not B. That should have been 10 right there. Holy buckets. Because the medium triangle is this guy. This is 10 right here. That should be 10. My bad, guys. That's Marsh going a little wonky. So, it looks like we can set up for B. We can set up using the 24 over 26 and 10 over B. So I can go 24 over 26 equals 10 over B. Cross multiply, I get 24B equals 260. Divide by 24. So I get B equals 10.83 as a decimal. And that's the end of this video. See you later, Sabers.